Rule 1 of 9. Here is something that might surprise you. A single scoop of protein powder could land you in a high-stress interrogation room. Abigail, a 29-year-old marketing specialist, learned this the hard way at Seattle-Tacoma International, SEA, last Tuesday at 7:15 a.m. She had a 20-ounce container of organic whey in her carry-on backpack. Suddenly, the conveyor belt stopped. The screen showed a dense, unidentifiable mass. A security officer signaled for a supervisor immediately. The traveler watched, frozen, as they pulled her bag for a manual search. The rule is very specific. Any powder-like substance over 12 ounces, which is roughly the volume of a standard soda can, requires additional screening. Security personnel often use specialized swabs to test for explosive residue on the lid and container. To stay safe and keep the line moving, place large powders in a separate bin or keep them under that 12-ounce limit in your bag. This young woman eventually made her flight, but only after a tense 20-minute delay at the checkpoint. You have cleared the powder check, but don't relax just yet. The next rule about insulated metal containers will catch even the most seasoned travelers off guard. Rule 2 of 9. Check your carry-on for that expensive metal water bottle before you reach the front of the line. Gianna, a 31-year-old architect from Chicago, was flying through Helsinki, HEL, at 11:30 a.m. She thought her 32-ounce insulated Yeti was just a harmless travel accessory. She was wrong. The X-ray operator saw a dense, black void on the screen that looked exactly like a suspicious canister. Security pulled the bag aside at Gate 22, and the woman watched helplessly as her carefully packed clothes were tossed around during the manual inspection. It took nearly 25 minutes to clear the search. The fix is remarkably simple. Treat your insulated bottle like a laptop or a tablet. Take it out of your luggage and place it in a separate plastic bin. These bottles are made of thick stainless steel that X-rays cannot easily penetrate. Always ensure the bottle is 100% empty to avoid liquid volume limits. Security personnel are not picking on you. They are simply following strict safety protocols to ensure the cabin stays safe for everyone. This traveler finally made her flight, but the stress of the delay stayed with her for the entire trip. But here is the twist. The next rule involves a hidden power source in your suitcase that could trigger a full security shutdown. Rule 3 of 9. Elizabeth approached the boarding area at Pittsburgh, PIT, on a chilly morning, pulling her brand-new smart suitcase that featured a built-in USB port. The gate agent for Flight 452 took one look and stopped her immediately. "Is there a lithium-ion battery in that bag?" she asked with a serious expression. The 45-year-old dentist nodded, quite proud of her new high-tech gear. But then came the shock. "If that battery is not removable, you are not allowed to board this aircraft." Stop. Most airlines now strictly prohibit non-removable lithium batteries because they represent a significant fire hazard if they end up in the cargo hold. If this woman could not pop that battery out, her expensive $400 suitcase was staying in Pennsylvania. The fix is simple. Always buy smart luggage that features a one-click removable battery system. It is an FAA safety rule, not just a suggestion from the airline. This passenger fumbled with the latch for 3 minutes until it finally clicked. She slipped the battery into her pocket and saved her trip just as the final boarding call began. Next, we will dive into a food-related liquid rule that flags thousands of bags every single day. Rule 4 of 9. Have you ever wondered why a $15 jar of organic peanut butter might end up in a trash bin at security? Joseph, a 34-year-old teacher, was heading home from Madrid, MAD, on Iberia Flight 3301. He had bought premium almond butter at a local market as a gift. At the security checkpoint near gate D12 at 10:15 a.m., things went south quickly. The agent pulled the glass jar out and shook it. This man argued that the butter was a solid. The officer disagreed, explaining that if a substance takes the shape of its container, it is classified as a liquid or gel. The traveler watched his 12-ounce souvenir hit the disposal bin with a heavy thud. It was a total loss. TSA and international rules are clear. If you can spread it, smear it, or spray it, it counts as a liquid. The limit is exactly 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters. Pack large jars of food in your checked luggage to avoid this heartbreak. While some agents might be lenient, most will follow the spreadable rule to the letter. This passenger lost his snack, but the next secret involving your electronic cables could prevent a much larger headache at the terminal. Rule 5 of 9. Security agents across the globe flag over 2,000 bags every single day because of what they call phantom wiring clusters. Take James, a 42-year-old accountant from Denver. He was rushing through Stockholm-Arlanda, ARN, to catch SAS Flight 121. In his haste, he shoved 5 different charging cables and a large power bank into a single pocket of his carry-on. On the 2D X-ray screen, that dense tangle of copper and plastic looked like a possible explosive device. The belt stopped. This man watched with pure irritation as a security officer pulled his bag aside for a secondary search. He waited 15 minutes while they untangled every single cord. Because of the delay, he missed his tight connection to London. Here is the professional fix. Use a dedicated small pouch for your cables and lay them as flat as possible. Stockholm agents can clear organized bags much faster because they can see through the layers easily. Avoid creating a black blob on the security monitor. It saves everyone time and prevents unnecessary stress during the screening process. Stay calm during these checks to speed things up. Now, let's head to the gate, where a hidden rule about your medications could change everything. Rule 6 of 9. Check your pill organizer one more time before you leave for the airport. Emily, a 22-year-old nurse from Baltimore, thought she was being perfectly organized for her week-long vacation. She carefully moved her prescription ADHD medication and allergy pills into a convenient plastic weekly divider. At Baltimore-Washington International, BWI, security, things took a turn for the worse during a random bag check. Without the original pharmacy bottles, the TSA officers could not verify the contents of the pills. This woman faced intense questioning from a supervisor and nearly missed her Southwest flight. In some countries, carrying unlabeled prescription pills is legally seen as a serious offense, sometimes even drug trafficking. Always keep your medication in its original packaging with your name and the prescribing doctor's info clearly printed on the label. Most airlines and international customs agents suggest the label must match your government-issued ID exactly. If you really need to use an organizer, fill it after you land at your destination. This passenger eventually made her flight, but the anxiety was completely unnecessary. But here is the twist. The gate holds a high-tech secret about how airlines are measuring your bags without you even knowing. Rule 7 of 9. Jacob was standing in the boarding line at Dublin, DUB, thinking his overstuffed leather bag was safe from the airline's fees. He did not notice the sleek, high-tech cameras mounted near the gate entrance. These are new 3D AI scanners. In one quick pass, the system calculates your bag's dimensions to the 10th of an inch. This 58-year-old lawyer did not even see it happen. No metal sizer was used, and no gate agent approached him with a tape measure. "Sir, the system flagged your bag as 11 inches deep," the agent said. "That is exactly 2 inches over our limit." To beat these new 3D scanners, you must avoid overstuffing your luggage. The AI specifically looks for bulges and uneven surfaces. Use compression straps to stay under the standard 22 by 14 by 9 inch limit. Also, try using airline mobile apps with built-in AR tools to pre-scan your bag at home. It prevents a surprise $75 gate fee. These cameras are still in the testing phase at many airports, but being prepared beats an algorithm every time. This traveler paid the fee with a swipe of his card, but next time he will be ready. Think that is high-tech? The next change regarding overbooked flights is even wilder. Rule 8 of 9. Would you spend one more night in Greece if someone handed you $1,500 in cash? Knowing exactly when to say yes to a flight bump can pay for your entire vacation. Aidan, a 26-year-old designer, was at Athens International, ATH, when his flight home hit a major snag. The flight was significantly overbooked. The gate agent started the bidding for volunteers at a $400 travel voucher. This man stayed in his seat and waited. He knew how the system worked. The offer jumped to $800, then $1,200, as the plane doors prepared to close and the airline became desperate. Finally, the agent hit the magic number, $1,500. This passenger walked up to the desk. He made sure to confirm that the payout was a check or a direct payment, not just a restricted flight credit, and he secured a free stay at a luxury hotel. This traveler turned a minor travel delay into a massive profit. Reality check time. This usually only works when the flight is truly critical and the airline is desperate for seats. Still, patience pays off. But what happens if they pick you to stay behind against your will? Under Department of Transportation rules, you might be entitled to even more compensation. Rule 9 of 9. About 86% of travelers believe that a non-refundable ticket means their money is gone forever the moment they hit the buy button. Alexander, a 39-year-old photographer, just booked a $1,200 flight from Rome, FCO, to New York. 10 minutes later, he saw the exact same seat on a different site for only $850. His heart raced. The ticket said, "No changes" and "No refunds." He felt trapped. But the fix is actually very simple. Under U.S. Department of Transportation regulations, most major airlines must allow a full refund within 24 hours of booking if you booked at least 7 days before the scheduled departure. This man did not argue with a customer service rep. He simply logged into the airline's mobile app and hit the cancel button. The system processed the voided transaction instantly. He rebooked the cheaper flight and saved $350 in less than 5 minutes. This grace period often vanishes if your flight departs in under a week, so check your calendar carefully. This traveler got his money back, and kept his peace of mind. Now you have the internal secrets to navigate the skies like a seasoned pro. You are prepared for anything the airport throws at you. Don't be the passenger they take advantage of. Hit that subscribe button to keep winning.